Hey guys, here I am with my amazing fashion sense in my car, like usual, to present to you my first storytime video. I actually love storytime videos. Like, that's the main type of video I watch from other YouTubers. And I don't necessarily think like I'm gonna become like a primarily storytime type YouTuber, but it's definitely something that I want to incorporate. I tried to put some thought into what to do as my first story time, but honestly, I can't say that much thought went into this decision. I just was kind of like, oh shit, yeah, I remember that, and I'm gonna tell you guys about it, which is the story of the best damn toothbrush I have ever owned. And honestly, like, do people even have favorite toothbrushes from their life, or am I just weird like that? Okay, so let's just get started, and we'll start from the very beginning, which is, this was a couple years ago. I don't know when, like maybe like 5 years ago, something like that. I went over to my mom's for something, and she was like, hey, do you need a toothbrush or a toothpaste or floss or anything like that? Because one of her boyfriend's family members had came and brought a bunch of like dental hygiene stuff, which isn't weird because this family member was like one of those people who shopped in bulk, and would kind of like give my mom some stuff sometimes from like the stuff she got in bulk. She would give some of that to my mom. And so like I didn't think anything. I was just like, oh, it's another drop off from Margie. That's not her name, but I was just like, oh, sure, I guess, like, I could use a toothbrush. Like, you're supposed to change those things, like, every couple months or something, right? So, sure, why not? Give me a toothbrush. I probably took toothpaste also. So, she brings me, like, the toothbrush, toothpaste, whatever else there was. And the first thing that was weird about this toothbrush is that it wasn't in, like, normal toothbrush packaging. Like, you know, normally there's, like, the hard cardboard back, and then there's the toothbrush, and there's like the plastic, and you can like rip open the cardboard part, you know, or whatever. This one was just like clear, like wrapping, like no cardboard, nothing hard, no like hook, no labeling. Like it was just like a thin, clear, like plastic wrappy type packaging. And so I was kind of like, okay, like this wasn't sold in a store. Like it doesn't have a label, it doesn't have whatever. And I'm looking at it, and like not embroidered, that's like with stitching, and in gold lettering on the handle of the toothbrush is like some guy's name and address. And I was like, what is this toothbrush? Like, why is it like this? And she tells me that Margie, will go with that as her name, that Margie's friend was a dentist, and that he had just passed away recently. So all of his like dental supplies that he would give out in his dentist, they just were kind of like giving to friends and family because obviously he didn't need them anymore. And Margie ended up with some, and then she gave some to my mom. And that really weirded me out. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not weirded out that there was a dentist who had dental supplies, that he passed away. Like, all of that is normal. I was weirded out that I was holding in my hand the toothbrush of a man who was now deceased, with his name in gold on that toothbrush. Obviously not real gold, like calm down. So I was just kind of like, oh. But I didn't say anything to my mom, but I was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to use this toothbrush. Like, in my head, I was thinking that, like, I'm probably not going to use this toothbrush. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. But to my mom, I was like, thanks, you know. So then I take the toothbrush home, and I could not throw it away. Like, I just felt so weird that this man who was no longer living had dedicated his life to dental hygiene, and now I owned one of his toothbrushes, and I was just gonna throw it in the trash as like his final legacy to this world. I was just gonna be like, no, not using this toothbrush. But at the same time, I didn't want to use it either because that felt weird too. I don't know why, guys. I don't know why I'm a weirdo. I don't know why both of these situations felt so weird to me. It was just a toothbrush, but because it belonged to this deceased dentist with his name in gold on this toothbrush, like, I just didn't know what to do with it. I couldn't use it, and I couldn't throw it away. So instead, I ended up putting it in my bathroom drawer, and I literally lived there in purgatory for months. Like, I just put it in the drawer and never touched it again because I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, I can't throw it away. I can't use it. Like, it's just going to stay there forever, I guess. Until one day, we had a party back when I lived with some roommates, my best friend, you know. We threw a party at our house, and this party kind of turned into like it was like an open invitation. So like we would invite our friends, they could invite their friends, they could invite their friends. So we ended up having some people in our house that like none of us roommates even knew, which was weird. But it was cool. It was fun. And I usually take my toiletries out of the bathroom whenever we throw a party, even when it's like everyone that I know. Just because if people have the potential of getting really drunk, I know that like things can happen, and I just don't want my toiletries in the bathroom around drunk people. I don't know. But this particular party, I happened to forget. And then after the party, everyone's gone home or is asleep. I go to brush my teeth that night, and my toothbrush isn't in my like cup thing where I usually keep it. It was somewhere like freaking weird, like on the back of the toilet, like the toilet bowl. No, the bowl is the front part. You know, the back of the toilet where like the water is with the little like flusher part. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like sitting on top of that. And I was like, what the fuck? Like some drunk person did something flippin' weird with my toothbrush. So I was like, obviously can't use this toothbrush. So I threw that out. Like, it was like my toothbrush that I had been currently using, you know? Threw that out. But it was like the middle of the night at this point, and I'm really particular about wanting to brush my teeth every single night, no matter what. Can't skip a night, can't skip a day. I have horrible teeth. You can't tell by looking at them, but I have horrible teeth. So I really tried to like keep up on my dental hygiene. So I was kind of like, shoot, I don't have a toothbrush now. How am I going to brush my teeth? And then I remembered that I had that toothbrush in the drawer. And I was kind of like, oh, well, desperate times calls for desperate measures. And I used the toothbrush. And let me tell you, it legit, no exaggeration, was the best damn toothbrush I have ever used. Like, the bristles of the toothbrush it was actually really small, but I felt like that allowed me to like get into all like the nooks and crannies of my teeth and get like a real like thorough clean. Plus, it was so soft. It felt like I was brushing my teeth with a cloud. That's how soft it felt. And It was just amazing. Like, I can't imagine a better experience using a toothbrush than I had the first time I used that toothbrush. And I remember I was just like, I've been sitting on this for months because I felt weird about using it. And it's literally the best thing ever. Like, why did I never give it a chance? Like, for real, guys, this toothbrush was the toothbrush. Like, no wonder this man put his name in gold, because that toothbrush, I would have been damn proud of that toothbrush too. I've been like, yeah, bitches, I made this toothbrush. It's going to change your life. Unfortunately, though, you can't use a toothbrush forever, or at least you shouldn't. And by this point, it had already been like months, maybe even like a year or more since my mom had given me the toothbrush, because like I said, I was so weird about using it for so long that it sat in my drawer, that I had actually asked her if she had any more toothbrushes or if Margie had any more, but they didn't. They had all been given away at this point. So I literally used that toothbrush far longer than you should use a toothbrush. Like, it got to the point to where I was like, all right, like, this is not sanitary anymore. I love you, toothbrush. You've been real, but I should really change my toothbrush. And I have just never had a toothbrush that was as good as that toothbrush. There have been moments that I've bought a toothbrush and thought like, wow, this one is really good. It might be up there. But like within a week or two, the bristles just aren't as soft. And that one was amazingly soft the whole time. So just no toothbrush compares to that toothbrush that I used. And it makes me sad. Like, I'll never experience that again, because the man who made those toothbrushes is no longer alive. Or at least his knowledge of where he had those toothbrushes made, anything. Like, so that's my story on the best toothbrush I ever owned and how it came from a deceased dentist. And I hope that his spirit was somewhere smiling down, knowing that he was still giving dental hygiene joy to the world, even after death. So if you like this video, like it, I don't know, let me know. I'll do more story times like this one. I feel like it may have been a little lame, a little boring, a little anticlimactic, but I have more. They'll get better, I promise. So stick around for that. As always, let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know if you have ever had a toothbrush that you were wowed by, because I feel like we don't really talk about toothbrushes, and they're a big part of our life. And let me know what I should make videos about in the future. And as always, thanks for watching. So the audience are a bunch of hoes. Yep.